are streaming some Vampyr for our third installment in the Vampyr run that we're doing. And as all of you already have guessed by the title of the stream, it's Beer in a Game Saturday. I do want to say thank you for everybody who turned in yesterday. You guys were all a majorly awesome big help. Joining me tonight is my good pal David, who just happens to be one of the writers over at Blast Away the Game Review. David! Hi, buddy!
How's it going?
Well, you know, Saturday, got a beer, got a drink going, doing a little bit of single player.
You got beer, I got vodka.
So, you know, are not so cyber. I've almost been convinced we should retitle these streams to Not So Sober Saturdays. So, since you weren't here yesterday, you know, I was wanting to kick off a little bit of, just talk about vampires and stuff like that. But man, now that you're here, I finally have somebody to talk to about Vampyr. I gotta say, dude, damn. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's damn, you know, between this and E3, my brain's not braining anymore. My brain doesn't know how to brain. It's wanting retirement after today. Well, you know, today, you know, just to get things started. For those of you who don't know, before we really get started on the streams, normally if David's here, the streams are at first a little more talk about what's going on in the game world, what's going on with us, that kind of thing. So, you know, just kind of kick things off, you know, put our hair down, I guess is the best way to put it. We normally, you know, get all the side stuff out of the way. But before I get too far, we got to talk about my favorite beer brand. For those who were not here last night, I am drinking, once again, one of my favorite companies' beers. I absolutely love this brewery. They're a small brewery out of Stillwater, Oklahoma called Iron Monk. They have by far some of the best beers I've ever had. Whether you're a fan of ambers, lagers, stouts, ales of any origin, you know, IPA, pale ales, Belgian style, they have their own take on it, and let me tell you, it is worth checking out. So if you happen to stop by Iron Monk, tell them Dustin from Blast Away the Game Review sent you. Let them know how you found out about us found out about them, not us, via the stream. Definitely helps them help us help them, you know, that kind of thing. But before I get too far, we got to talk a little bit about E3. Dave, I just mentioned a minute ago, my brain cannot brain right now after today's news. Anthem, you know, steady content drops. Battlefield 5, no season pass, no paid DLC. There's hints that it's going to have microtransactions. Dude, after Star Wars Battlefront 2, I think it sounds like EA's starting to sing a different tune right now.
Makes sense with the feedback they got before.
You know, I agree. And a part of me, you know, as ironic as it sounds, you know, me being the, oh my god, I can't believe EA did that. Why did they do that? You know, that me, because, you know, I am that guy. Dude, I can't brain right now over that. That was actually kind of, holy shit. I mean, damn, how do you react to something like that? You know, like I said, you know, I may be getting ready to stream this game, but I'm still trying to wrap my brain around the pre-E3 shows today. Because, you know, EA, a lot of people have been reserved about them. Star Wars Battlefront 2 did not have a good reputation, but, you know, do you think this is going to be the straw that didn't break the camel's back finally? Do you think that's where EA's headed? You know, that's true. You know, we can't really, you know, grab our wallets and just start throwing money at. I've already pre-ordered Anthem. I used the last of the trade credit I had to put aside. I don't expect us to get review copies. That it just after today's news, I think EA is. I think a lot of people are anticipating February next year. I think EA's got the cat in the bag with Vampyr. The cat's out of the bag, and I think they're ready to cash in on it and see how it does. Because I mean, look at Destiny 2, man. After that Forsaken DLC for Destiny 2 got announced, man, I don't have a lot of hope for Destiny 2 now, dude. I mean, Destiny 2 is. I don't know how to exactly put it, but I don't think Destiny 2 is going to go where Bungie wants it to with the news regarding Anthem. I think they're going to have to sing a different tune here pretty quick. That's the big thing with EA. My reservations come in several forms. We both play an obscene amount of Overwatch in our free time. We stream quite a bit of it over on Twitch. When we're not here on the official channel, we're not doing what we normally do. And that's the interesting is here. This is the more important part is we're actually analyze. We gotta analyze this. Destiny 2. I've been critical about it. I've been vehemently biased towards how they're treating Destiny 2. I've been beyond aggressive with how they've marketed their games. I guess the best way to put it with me is they burnt a lot of bridges. And I'm not too sure they can, repair those bridges at the moment. Anthem, Anthem is the right step to fix that bridge. Hello, Elijah Godfrey. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you're having a good night. How's your weekend going so far? Thanks for joining Dave and I. Right now, we're just doing a little bit of a recap on E3 and reactionary stuff with just today was some big stuff. We got the rest of the week. As much as I gotta say, I think my two shows I'm most excited for this year. I gotta say, I'm biased towards. I'm really biased towards Bethesda when it comes to my personal fandom. When reviewing, writing about it, I have to be a lot more unbiased. So I have to be a lot more distasteful towards what I'm playing. And that's just a part of being a journalist and critic is you got to put your bias and personal preferences aside and do that. Doing that even right now, I would have to say the two shows I'm most excited for is I'm actually gonna have to say Devolver Digital and Square Enix have my attention. Kingdom Hearts 3, and God knows what Devolver Digital has up their sleeve after last year. I mean, last year was I don't even know how to react to last year. My brain could not brain after Devolver Digital last year. That was just the weirdest, freakiest, most obscene thing I'd ever seen. But it was so amazing. And exactly, we don't know what to expect at all, man. I mean, I definitely got to say that's one of those things, I can't wait to hear this. I gotta say, it is the best commentary. I'm gonna put this down right now, and anybody watching this can hold me on this. I'm gonna put it right now. I think they're gonna go even further this year. I think Devolver Digital is going to take it to an obscene place that we aren't expecting. I mean, it was actually kind of disturbing, dude. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It was like somebody took Saul meets a a modern day commentary on video games and loot boxes and early access. And that's the big problem a lot of the industry has is, you put loot boxes, that kind of stuff into the spotlight, and gamers have a lot of pent up anger with EA and stuff like that. Oh, if this was not the Bagger channel, I would have to talk to you about what's going on in our favorite Facebook chat right now. Because, oh my god, they're insane. Oh yeah, you're missing a whole lot of something. The biggest GIF meme war I have ever had in my life. And it is amazing. Alright, so those of you that are tuning in now, kind of give you a refresher from yesterday with Vampyr, since, Dave and I are going to be chatting while I play some Vampyr. I know it's a game Dave had his eyes on for a while. So yesterday, we're picking up pretty much right where I died before we ended the broadcast. We attended Dr. Reed's sister Mary's funeral. The sister whom he accidentally murdered after he had been turned into a vampire. His first true vampiric feast, which kind of, in vampire lore seals the deal and fully turns them, that kind of thing. And so we're picking up post funeral, and I'm actually trying to do a side quest, since we learned yesterday, after a certain point, you can actually mess up key pieces of information that can help move your hints about other characters forward and provide you with more depth regarding those characters. So, to keep from that happening, we're actually going to get this lady that was in the graveyard we rescued yesterday to Whitechapel, where it seems it's actually quite a bit safer for non-creatures of the night. Creatures not like this werewolf I'm fighting, or werewolf-like creature I'm fighting, and Dr. Reed's, they're both children of the night. So, long story short, we're fighting said werewolf, heading back to the graveyard we were at. To do that, I'm having to do quite a bit of backtracking through Whitechapel, well, this portion of London. And so that's kind of where we stand now, is just backtracking and getting the story underway. And, since Dave's here, we're going to have some casual chatter along the way, a little bit of beer. But I do want to reaffirm the statement with last night's stream. Saturday with E3, our stream schedule will be changing. For those of you who missed the hint that could be happening, I'm not sure you want to go back through a 3-hour stream, watch the whole thing to find this. But tonight and tomorrow, because E3 is there, I still got journalistic duties to do, get some articles written, and cover E3 as the press kits come in from everybody. So we will be starting the stream at an unknown time tomorrow because of E3. It will be taking place after Bethesda's E3. We will have a reaction discussion regarding that, especially since, it's tomorrow is going to be a big one for Microsoft. A lot of people are seeing this as Microsoft's sink or swim conference. If they don't do good this year, a lot of people are saying this is it for Microsoft, or they feel this should be it for Microsoft, and they should move into publishing versus, actually manufacturing hardware. So we're definitely going to be keeping an eye on that. So tomorrow's stream, the best thing I can say, watch our Facebook page, watch our Twitter page. We'll announce within 30 minutes when we're going live. We will be doing a stream to a decent time. Depending on, how many people do show up for the stream, will determine, how long the stream goes and what we're doing. Tomorrow, we will not be doing what I was calling the Sinful Sunday with Agony. planned, or Vampyr. I think we're just going to do a little more laid back, hit low key, enjoy the last over the Overwatch 2nd anniversary. I believe Dave was probably joining me for that one. I can't speak for him. Dave, were you going to be there for that one? Okay, so there you got it. Dave should be there. I will be there. The one thing we do want to talk about real quick, we're going to be at QuakeCon this year again. You know, we will be there. Dave should be there for his first time ever. I know we have several other people going, you know, some first timers. So if you are at QuakeCon, look for us because we're going to, fingers crossed, we got to talk to our sources. We may try to give away some stuff to lucky people who find us based on, you know, if we can get the support for it. If not, you can still drop by, say hey, give us a high five. If we have some mouse pads or something like that, you know, give it to the lucky people who do hunt us down and say hey to us. So definitely something to look forward to. Other thing is, Dave and I have been talking about it. We're thinking about, for those of you who read the website, doing what we call back to the table, where we're thinking about talking about some Magic the Gathering, get some strategies going, that kind of stuff. So if that's something all of you are interested in, you know, you can join us for our discussions regarding, you know, upcoming content, how to get started on Commander, that kind of stuff. You know, what cards to look for, how to have a generalized idea to build Commander decks to get started, and that kind of stuff should be coming soon. For those of you wondering, we will be doing some VR streams here pretty quick. We're looking at doing Killing Floor Incursion post-review, which will be coming later this week. And Doom VFR, 100% for sure will be coming later this week as well. Thanks to my dad and Vice President back, Last Minute Gamer, Dave Murphy. So stay tuned for those, and we'll have that stuff. But let's get some vampire slings. These guys are super, super aggressive tonight. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh, ow. No, no, no. No pouncies. No pouncy pouncy. Dave, I got vampire things trying to pounce. Yes. They skipped heck and went to hell. They heck. They hecking.
Are you
yes,
all right,
I am getting hecked.
My name is Xiao Shi.
I do apologize.
Yes, I am.
You should go home.
No, not yet.
You realize you can't...
Why?
You're right.
You sound like you're no stranger.
Let's just say, I too have a good reason to visit cemeteries.
Dialogue,
Please
personal
accept my
dialogue about this character.
condolences for your loss then, Dr. Reed.
You should go...
No.
So, let's see. Christina Popa. I need Shelshin. Where is she on my list? Shelshin. Shelshin. Okay, so that's all we know about her.
Tell me how your husband died, Xiaoshun.
Matthew died of the Spanish flu, like so many others. It's...
Ooh, I gotta fix my camera real quick.
At this time, there is so little medical science can do to defeat this terrible epidemic. I'm truly sorry.
The worst thing is not his death, even if it tears me apart. The worst is not to have seen it coming, to have lost him so quickly, even before realizing it.
Did he hide his condition from you?
Matthew was a smiling type, a happy sort. Everything that I am not. Did he laugh at his death to come, or did he not realize what was going to happen?
Okay, gotta adjust the camera one more time. Trying to get it centered out and comfy. I don't know why it keeps doing that. That's the only thing I hate about, not having OBS on consoles, Dave. The constant resetting the camera.
The Spanish flu may be the worst disease mankind has ever faced. Why are you blaming yourself?
You don't understand. I didn't know he was so sick. I didn't realize the gravity of his situation until it was too late.
As harsh as this sounds, we are all equally vulnerable to this awful disease. It can take the strongest man in just a couple of days.
I never said goodbye to Matthew. We never realized how bad it was. We laughed about it even. He always made me laugh. Now I don't have enough tears to shed.
Are you on your own? Do you have any friends or family who you could be with?
I have family and friends, but I need to be here alone. One day maybe I'll go back to them, but not now.
You should not be by yourself. Grief can be a terrible trial, and it's even worse when you're alone.
Thank you for your sincere words.
Let's see.
Are you a doctor yourself? Is this why you feel so guilty for not saving your sick husband?
No, I am not. But I still need to blame someone for Matthew's death. And who else, if not his wife, who did not see it coming?
I'm a physician, one of the best in the country. But I was unable to save my own sister, Mary. She died in my arms.
Why tell me this? Is it supposed to make me feel better?
No. But I felt I should share it with you, since she is buried here too.
May I ask what caused the death of your sister?
You could say she was also killed by a terrible disease. A disease I have sworn to fight and cure, no matter how long it takes.
Thank you for sharing that with me, Dr. Reed. Maybe it's time we start to rebuild our lives, you and I.
You should go home now.
I think you're right. Cemeteries are for the dead, for they need silence too. Thank you for your honesty and...
Thank you for your company, Xiaoshun. Take care on the way home.
Maybe I'll see you again in Whitechapel. Goodbye for now.
I was wondering why my headset felt a little off. It was a little tighter than normal.
Goodbye.
Alright, so...
You know you can trust me.
Investigation succeeded. These investigations actually get slightly more difficult than you would expect. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually impressed that they range in a variety of different, difficulties. I actually get tired of where you just go into a game and you're just like, oh, I'm gonna plow right through this game. Vampyr is one of those. I really hope it does have multiple endings after how much I've put into it. Because I would love to see, a bad ending, a good ending, and a mediocre ending. Yeah. One of those, the more time you put into it, the more you're rewarded for your time. It's like, with Agony, it's got several endings, but it's one of those... I just can't bring myself to finish it on 2 platforms. I've already beat it on 1, and... It's like, I'm really interested in playing it, the unrated version when it gets released, though. I'd love to see... if they get it released, I would like to play it. Downside is, with the whole... way consoles are treated, unfortunately it will be a PC exclusive, so I will have to dive in on PC only due to It's irritating, to say the least, you know. Yeah, I don't know why the whole console market can't just accept, you know, there is adult-themed games or adult-themed content, you know, and gamers do want it. You know, I'm just one of those people. I'd like to see the game the way the developer was meant for us to experience it. So that it's the way I look at it. Okay.
Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Only one? Dang, I was hoping for like 3 or 4 of these guys. Oh, right. Oh, I hate doing this, but
I have this thirst for blood. I can't believe I'm doing this.
alrighty. Yeah, I think tonight, after a while, we will, you know, try to enjoy the last few hours of the Overwatch anniversary. Yep, it's coming to a end on Monday, but even then, you know, E3 is going to eat up a lot of our free time. Unfortunately, it's not as much time for Overwatch. Which makes me sad, because I really actually am enjoying this anniversary thing, especially with the double XP weekend going right now. Yeah, like one lobby yesterday was like 7,000 XP, 8,000 XP. So, you know, 3 games you've leveled up a time and a quarter, give or take. Oh god. I didn't expect one of the guy I'm having a meme war with to respond. I thought he was done. Do not expect the expected. Exactly. Oh, it's in that Facebook group I invited you to.
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
You seem to me a good soul, Vicar.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your channel. For I can be as silent as stone.
I've words for one departed. They're not for living ears to hear.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us.
I'm still wondering if they're going to do the
Very
myth
well,
of, with
priest.
vampires and
As
churches.
you seem quite adamant.
You know, it'd be kind of interesting to see
Open
Dr.
your
Reed step in a
heart,
church
my
and
son.
just kind of,
Tell me
burst
what
into
burdens
flames.
you. With whom do you wish to speak?
That would be interesting.
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
She was murdered.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
I feel responsible. The pain is consuming me.
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What words would you like to say to your poor sister?
I killed you. There's no excuse. My dear Mary, forgive me.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
That was an interesting ordeal.
There. I confessed to that vicar.
A vampire confessing
Do I
to
feel
a
better?
priest.
Only time will tell.
You know, one of those things you wouldn't normally expect. Time to go talk to Dr. Swansea at the medical office. Or rather, the hospital, to be more precise.
Remorse and pain are precious when binding you to the earth. I remember you. Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me. Made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
You selected me. Chose me.
As shall my children yet to come.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing with iron spur.
I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave. So the vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity? Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one. Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
What can you tell me about the recent events in the hospital?
That Mr. Hampton killed Miss Jones in her room, then ran away.
And did you see all this?
No, I was working by the tents when it all happened. I only entered the room when they asked me to clean up the blood.
Did you see Sean Hampton leave the hospital?
I think I saw a silhouette exiting the hospital gates after the shouting started. At first I thought it was someone who was just scared, but... well, maybe it was him?
Where is Miss Jones's body?
I don't know. I'd imagine the morgue. It all happened so quickly.
Why does Dr. Tippett's claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Tell me what Dr. Tippett did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippett would have been fired from this hospital. I could not let that happen.
You can't allow your emotions to dictate your conduct concerning patients, Nurse Brannigan.
Look around you, Dr. Reed. Do you really think we can afford to lose a brilliant practitioner like Dr. Tippett's in our situation?
I can't say I approve of what you did. But as a field surgeon, I know that some situations require you to bend the rules.
I'm not proud of what I've done, but to contain the epidemic must be our priority, so we can't afford to lose Dr. Tippett.
Ooh, so...
I've decided that I won't reveal Dr. Tippett's, shall we say, misdemeanor.
I'm so glad you share my point of view. Dr. Tippett is a brilliant...
I hope you're right. This is...
Dr. Tippett must regain his confidence. Please, keep this decision between you and me. He doesn't need to know you found out.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance. Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Okay, time to investigate this weird as hell murder.
Jonathan, my sincere condolences for your loss.
Your kindness is much appreciated, my lady.
Is there anything you require?
I spied my mother at the funeral. Have you ever revealed yourself to a member of your family?
No, Jonathan. And I'd advise you even from thinking about it.
Are we then condemned to lie to those we love?
We are creatures of deception, my friend. But this is more for their sake than ours.
But what if I was close to someone and wished to tell them the truth?
Fear, loathing, disgust. And then they will plead to be turned. They will see it as salvation. Then there's the risk of gaining the attention of vampire hunters.
Are we condemned to attend the funerals of all we love?
Dying is the final act of life, Jonathan. Present company excluded. Accepted.
I don't know what to expect. Am I cursed to an eternity of solitude?
With time, we Ekon tend to go into isolation. If we survive long enough, that is.
As a practitioner of the medical sciences, I'm prepared for the death of loved ones. But mourning in the shadows, deprived of sharing one's grief.
We are no longer a part of the circle of life and death. We are undead, my friend. And so we are outcasts.
Goodbye, my lady. Until we meet again.
If there's anything I can do for you...
Goodbye, my lady.
So
Until we
unlocked
meet again.
that discussion with her. So apparently the vampires in this lore cannot reveal themselves to the ones they love. At least they're advised not to do so. I don't remember how to get to the morgue. That's the one problem I have, Dave. I'm trying to remember where what's what. That's the hospital still. Is this the morgue? Yeah, this is the morgue, I think. No? Did I miss my entrance? We'll just go talk to Dr. Swansea here in a second if I can't figure it out. I would have thought this was the morgue. So I know the morgue wasn't across the road because I didn't go through a gate. There's the back side of the hospital, so
Fear no evil. He is the Lord's market.
investigation was updated. Okay, where is it?
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're fine. So talk to Dr. Swansea, cause and effects, succeeded. So apparently a mission I was doing much earlier in the game just updated. Okay, so this is main quest. What'd you think of that little E3 thing from Devolver? Oh, he muted his headset at the moment. Well, I guess I must take care of these guys.
Oh no! It's done for him!
Let's see here.
Burn it, boy!
That's for calling me a leech. I'm not a leech. I'm an econ. Yeah, they call vampires leeches. There's actually a really odd group of hunters in this game. They're definitely a league of their own, to say the least. They are the kind of, there's no room for forgiveness, everything you do shall be, you know, baptism by fire, basically.
Yeah.
I don't remember where the morgue is. So there's the hospital. Is this the hospital? Yeah, this is the back side. Nope. Yeah, this is Pembroke District. Oh no, this is by the morgue. Okay, so I'm in the right area. I like how the game's like, go meet Dr. Swansea, and I'm over here like, no.
I don't want to.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I don't wanna. No.
Time has lost its effect on me.
Game is like not gonna let me go to the morgue. It is like, go talk to the doctor.
You are going
God
to that
protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCallum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stole, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
Ooh, am I about to see a war between
What happened?
two
The
secret...
hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
We cannot have the people lose faith in this institution. This hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
Very well. I'll help you.
Jonathan, please. I can't rely on anyone else. And this concerns you as it involves vampires. Someone has taken advantage of our more liberal tendencies here.
In what way?
Jonathan, I may turn my head when you or her ladyship indulge, but I will not allow this place to become a nest for street feeders.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Rest assured, I will protect you and your staff.
McCullum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this.
Ooh.
Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
I have to go hunt down somebody I saved earlier in the game and put them to ease. Honestly, this is like, I know some people are going to cringe when they hear this, especially those watching the stream or, you know, watching post-stream. This has a lot of elements from Interview with the Vampire. Especially the, you know, vampire with, vampires with humanity. It's kind of an interesting premise, you know, seeing vampires with moral codes and ethics. Beat you with a bat. Hit you with a club. So if I have a spiked baseball bat, or not a club, a club more than anything, would I technically have an improved Lucille from The Walking Dead? Dun dun dun.
Oh, that's gonna smart. Steady, boys. We got one of them here.
Of course, vampires are killers, ding dong.
Watch yourselves! There's one of them there! No! Oh God, Boston! Oh, Christ!
Oh yeah, trust me, been there, done that. You know what gets rid of that feeling? Alcohol. And video games.
I kind of said that for alcohol.
Standing up while drinking for alcohol is dangerous. Ooh, new people. New
Good
characters
evening,
to meet.
Who the fuck are you? Don't you see I'm busy here?
Dr. Jonathan Reed, that's who I am.
Oh, I love meeting new characters in this
some
game.
fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear off. We don't want strangers on our streets.
So you won't tell me your name, then?
The name is Booth Digby. Maybe I'll ask my boys to break one or two of your bones, just so you remember it.
Are you some kind of vigilante patrolling these streets at night?
Something like that, but the police aren't in charge here. We are, see?
So you're a concerned criminal, is that it?
Using funny jokes about me and my boys, are you? Fuck. You must have some balls.
I saw many men like you during the war, Mr. Digby. Greedy little cockroaches who feed on despair.
I could kill you for saying that. But, nah. You've been a soldier. I can respect that.
So, tell me about your gang, then.
What? Have you got a death wish? You really want me to answer that?
Well, yes. You seem so proud of your status. Why not tell me who you're working for?
Oi! I'm the boss, all right? The Wet Boot Boys work for me. All of them. Situation round here is better than other districts because of us. Because of me.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
Things ain't that bad, thanks to us. We give people what they need, and we control this borough.
Well, you're not doing a very good job. People are still dying here, like everywhere else.
Yeah, well, we can't be everywhere all the time. And Edwina says if we can find more guns, we could be more efficient.
More efficient? Really? You should probably tell Edwina that guns are useless against diseases and infections.
Incredible. You know what? You're lucky she can't hear you right now. She's more smart than patient. My sweet...
Do you know where I can find Sean Hampton? I need to talk to him.
The sad saint. Why on earth do you want to talk to him?
He was one of my patients at the Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, yeah. I heard the poor bastard had been abducted by some cunt. You better ask Tom Watts. He knows Sean Hampton well.
Goodbye. Good evening, miss. I am Dr. Reed.
Who are you?
As I just told you, I'm a doctor. From the Pembroke Hospital, actually.
The Pembroke Hospital, you say? I don't have any money for you leeches.
I'm not here for charity, miss...
Miss Edwina Cox. So what do you want?
You still use your husband's name, Edwina. Why is that?
Why shouldn't I? He may be a bloody bastard, but I'm still his wife and his name means something round here.
Are you aware of what happened to him?
Yes. I'm sure he fought till the end and looked death in the eyes. The boys will mourn him. Except one of them, maybe.
You still use your husband? Are you aware?
Yes.
That's
what can you tell?
I'm a businesswoman. I buy and sell things, and I send my wet boot boys after anyone who don't play nice.
Usually has a voice
Gang
echo.
member
Under the
and
voice,
shopkeeper.
Voice echo.
Can't be easy running double shifts.
If you're interested, I may find use of a doctor who can freely walk across the city, you know.
You're quite blunt.
I like people who know what they want and...
Think about doing a shorter stream
I'm not
tonight,
interested.
So
Since
we
my
can set up for the E3 stuff tomorrow.
What can you tell?
You can't trust anyone.
Stream some Overwatch.
As soon as you lower your guard,
thing.
you can sure some arsehole will take advantage of you.
Well, we're gonna do. I think Monday we're gonna, depending on E3 schedules and all. I think we're gonna have quite a bit of fun this week. Doing some E3 reactions and discussions.
Booth Digby looks at you with love-struck eyes. Tell me, Edwina, is the feeling mutual?
You have no idea how refreshing it can be for a woman to receive all the pleasure she needs. For once.
I'll take your word for it.
What is it, Doctor? A woman's not supposed to talk about these things.
I believe you manipulated Booth Digby to get everything you wanted from him. Both inside and outside the bedroom.
The poor bastard is good to me, if you must know. He makes me feel good. And that's a first.
So you're just like any other couple, after all, are you not?
Yeah, we're so ordinary that I'd put a bullet in his head if he ever cheated on me.
Tell me about the man you and Booth killed, Edwina.
The bastard killed one of us and received retribution. There's nothing else to say.
What happened exactly?
I don't know, and I don't care. One of ours was killed by that communist bastard, but he didn't brag for long.
So you have no idea what really happened, but you executed him anyway.
No one messes with the Wet Boot Boys, Doctor. This is our territory, and this is our law.
And your conscience is clear. You kill without hesitation.
Violence is an efficient tool, Dr. Reed, when used properly.
So you decide who lives and who dies, just like that.
Yes, Doctor. Just like that.
Damn,
I'm not
this
saying
is...
it's fair. I'm saying it's my way of dealing with
This
trouble.
is even more narratively driven than Beyond Two Souls. Or not Beyond Two Souls, but it's, I'm trying to remember that game that, Do Not Remember Me.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
You can't trust anyone around here. As soon as you lower your guard, you can be sure some arsehole will take advantage of you.
You sound like you're thinking of somebody in particular.
Take the gravediggers of Southwark. They must pay me every week, but it looks like they forgot who gave them permission to steal from the dead.
Looting corpses in a mass grave. That is a new low.
Whatever. Hey, since you're a doctor and all, maybe you can access that forbidden area and remind those bastards what they owe.
Really? Don't you think that's a little bit excessive?
Bastards, all of them. This region only responds to violence and threats.
What can you tell me?
You can't trust.
Let's see.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
The sad saint? I heard he was mugged or something.
Yes, he was. But he left hospital recently.
You don't say.
Oh.
Well, I suppose it's good news for the homeless and the useless. Ask them, they must know something.
Goodbye, Miss Cox.
Mark my words, miss.
Not a drop of blood left in his body. This is the work of a vampire.
I'm a tracker of these creatures. A vampire.
I think I'm actually going to have to return to the main menu and let my game restart because it's acting like it's bugged. One of the voice sound effects isn't working and textures are popping in. I wasn't having that issue yesterday. Let's try this again and see if...
Perhaps we should... You again. What are you...
Tell me about the man you killed, Booth. What happened?
One of us had been killed, so we had to retaliate. That's the whole story.
There has to be more to it than that.
No, really, one of us got killed, so the killer had to die. That's how things have always been done round here. No one gives a shit.
Are you so heartless that you could pull the trigger and kill someone without even blinking?
Have you looked around recently? Do you really think one more body will make a difference?
Goodbye.
Wet boots keeping things straight. These parts will be running completely amok.
Good evening, sir. Have you witnessed any suspicious activity or strange events recently?
And what do you define as a strange event? More to the point, who are you?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton, vampire hunter extraordinaire and warden of the East End.
A vampire hunter? Really?
I know what you're thinking. I'm just another lunatic howling at the moon, but I'm not. The bloodsuckers exist, and they're close.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'd like to hear more about these vampires you're hunting.
A man of science? Well, I'll be glad to enlighten you.
What can you tell me about this neighborhood?
Did you hear about what happened to Jack Gillingham? Oh boy. It's a shame I wasn't around to protect him.
It's impossible to protect everyone. The violence seems endemic in this part of town.
But it's my duty. I am convinced Jack Gillingham was killed by a vampire. These evil rodents are spreading like a plague.
So, how exactly are you protecting these people? I'm curious.
I patrol late at night, investigating anything unusual. I try and encourage people to stay indoors, but people are careless.
Can I help in any way?
Actually, yes. I plan to put up posters to alert the population to the vampire threat.
Are you asking me to paste posters about vampires around the docks?
If you wouldn't mind. If you did that, then I can focus on my patrols.
How do you identify a vampire?
It's simple, really. They can't stand daylight. They're afraid of garlic and holy symbols. They also cannot enter a house without being invited.
Have you ever killed one of these creatures? Yourself, I mean.
Of course I have. What kind of question is that? It's a dirty business, believe me.
Can I help?
Actually, yes. I plan to put up posters to alert the population to the vampire threat.
Are you asking me to paste posters about vampires around the docks?
If you wouldn't mind. If you did that, then I can focus on my patrols.
How do you...
It's simple.
Have you ever...
Of course I have. What kind of question is that? It's a dirty business, believe me.
Let's see here.
Have you heard of the Guard of Priwen?
Of course. They're dedicated hunters. A little militant for my taste.
I think I'm going to take a small break on the stream here shortly. You know, shut down the stream, get some food, and continue on here pretty soon.
Well, you...
I did.
So you...
And actually, I'm going to skip through this guy's dialogue real quick and do that.
Goodbye.
Alright, folks, you just heard me. I will be back here in a bit. I'm going to take a small break, get some dinner. relax for a few minutes, and then we'll be back on the stream. I think Dave and I are going to actually switch over to Overwatch so that we can have a little bit of fun. And remember, folks, 500 subscribers, we do plan on doing a giveaway of a recent release, so stay tuned for that. We also, at 1,000, will be doing a really decent giveaway for, I'd say, what, Dave? 5 lucky winners? Alright, so 5 lucky winners. But, folks, we are going to take a small break. As you can see, I'm returning to the main menu, so you don't miss anything. Dave and I will be back here shortly for more of our stream, but I am going to take a small break, as I said, and get some dinner. Stay tuned to our social media, where we will update you when we go live again. Thanks for just tuning in for the first part. We will be back here shortly with Saturday and a Beer Part 2.